seems like I have changed my mind, and I actually want to cover the last section of it since it's not too long. Okay, so what can I do? First, if you're here and want to help yourself, you're already taking the right step. First, realize that all of this shit above is the very cause of beta males in modern society. By letting women invent these standards to pleasure to rule over men, you are letting them control your self esteem and your sex life with it. And that impact, and that is having an impact on other areas of your life. You'll also realize the harm porn has done to your brain over the years, tracking what many fetishes your younger self would have found disgusting 10 years ago. The first step is to stop being a beta. Realize the male brain is wired in one and only one way to think about sex. That is your own phallus as an instrument that grants you pleasure. You're naturally only rewarded and you should only think about engaging sex with a female. Anything else is probably harmful to you and society around you. Be aggressive. Don't fall for the media lies. Try to rule your self esteem unless you have an actual medical condition. Your dickhead or whatever is fine. Unless you are a complete virgin, you can perform well in sex. Even if you are, there are much better sources on how female pressure works than watching fucking porn videos. Because let me tell you, buddy, that shit's all fake. Realizing your fetishes are a sickness to your brain and dump porn entirely. Oh, but my cute waifu pictures, you fucking disgust me. You can still look around and look at your stupid 2D pictures once in a while. You have to rewire your brain for them to not be the source of your sexual pleasures and no hentai of girls getting fucked or something similar on the same note. Quit porn entirely. And while I did say 30 magazines were fine back in the day, your brain is much too fucked up at the moment, maybe some other time. Give all the nudity a rest for a while. I'm not saying those no fab fags are entirely right. People have been wanking for eons. But yes, quitting all masturbation for a while would probably help. It makes your brain hungry for arousal, but it can be quick in getting your brain to like what you used to like. I quit for 2 months and suddenly a woman with risque top was already attracted to me again. I felt like at the start of puberty again. It was quite magical. Remember not to come back to porn. Remember your brain is supposed to think about self. You are male, you are the alpha. What the fuck is this guru bullshit, man? You're not here to be submissive or some shit. You stick your dick in things. That's the nature. That's simple. That's worked for eons. It's time to shed the beta where you can't fix the planet while you don't fix themselves. Hope this has been enlightening, Paul. Please discuss and have a good day. Here's the problem. This is why I didn't originally cover it because I think this guy is wrong in his remedy of the solution. I think this is kind of the problem with a lot of people, where they're incredibly good at identifying the problems and seeing the issues, but terrible at proposing solutions. Because now this guy tells you to take this alpha chad or red pill bullshit. I do agree with some of the things where he says that you have to stop being a cuck and take control of your own self-esteem because that's the only way you can move forward. But and I also agree with the dumb porn entirely part, although I disagree with the way he recommends it. He's just like, well, just quit porn, buddy. It's like saying a heroin or a meth addict to, hey, just quit smoking that thing and you'll be fine. That's not how it works. You have to have a plan on how you're going to get off. The simplest way I think I can recommend to people is if you have a strong enough will, do what this guy says. Just fucking quit. If you don't quit porn, keep jacking off. You have to slowly lower the dosage at which you jack off and at which you look at porn. Let's say you're looking at porn twice a day, you look at it once a day, and you're jacking off like 3 times a day, you do it twice. You eventually lower it down through the week. Now, by week two, let's say you're looking at porn twice a day, now you're only looking at it once a day by the end of the week first. And by week two, you're not looking at porn at all, you're just jacking off. You're just jacking off to the mental images of whatever you've created for yourself. And now you will slowly and slowly reduce the amount of times you're jacking off in a week. You might have been jacking off 8 times in a week. Now you're going to get that down to six. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is going to be a multi week process where you're going to slowly get off your addiction rather than force it like that. Because guess what? When you force it like that, your brain doesn't have enough time to wire itself back in the correct way. Then it is for your withdrawal symptoms to come back. So, in a way, when you lower the dosage, your brain is slowly repairing itself while also you don't suffer the withdrawal symptoms as much. If you have the willpower, just fucking go for it altogether. That's the best method. But if you don't, you should slowly and slowly tone it down. Track your progress. That's the best thing. Track your progress, what you are doing. Why am I making this a self help video? This is not supposed to be a self help video. I'm just stating my own thoughts as a form of documentation of what I think currently on the situation. Regardless, I think Nietzsche's ideologies are the way to go, though. What this guy is describing is kind of pseudo that, but it's not entirely because he kind of goes into this red pilled bullshit, which I don't think is true. Because remember how your brain is supposed to think about sex, because as if one dimensional thinking has ever been the basis of the way human mind thinks. The human mind is designed in a way where you are not one dimensionally thinking most of the time. You could argue it's for sex because it's such a animalistic instinct, but I would argue it's not because in the modern day, sex has become less and less important to people, even though you might think it's the opposite, but it's actually not. The value of sex and the act of having sex has actually gone down significantly. It has been replaced entirely by pornography. Sex in and of itself is actually less desirable. The porn is more desirable because that's what activates your brain better. The neurons and the senses get better because now you have this log of customizable bullshit where you can get exactly the you like watching a woman get fucked by a horse while three guys she's sucking on three guys dick. There's a video for that. You can't get that with regular sex. The problem with porn is that it's simply too fucking efficient at what it does. It's simply too efficient at exploiting your brain. The human mind has to be conscious of what it's feeding itself, because if you're not, you're going to get overrun very quickly because everything is around you is trying to figure out how to control you. So if you don't take control of yourself, somebody else will for you. You have to will yourself to power, and that is the only way to get out of any of this. That is all. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you I will say another thing. I believe the true man who is free from all of these problems still hasn't been born yet. That is just a note to myself for future. Goodbye.